soil tension. We first start an intro here, mentioned there are some things that we don't really talk about much. You don't hear people talking about much, and soil tension, I think, is one of those things.
Yeah, I mean it's the force that it takes to get the water out of the media, and so it's what the plant is seeing at any given moment, right? It's how hard the plant has to work to move the water. And so it becomes a really valuable metric when you're looking, for a way to quantify what you're seeing in your media at any given time and be able to reproduce results. It's one of, the pieces in the, volumetric also plays as important, I think, of a role, but they both have their place, and without the other, they don't mean as much to me. So it's been a tensiometer. As I grabbed some props, like I was saying, this is an aerometer brand tensiometer. This is the 12-inch model. What it is a column of water, ceramic tip. As the soil tension pulls on it, when the soil dries out, it tries to move this water column. That pulls on this gauge and moves this vacuum gauge. So we can get a number of how hard that force is in the soil. And so that's the same technology that a blue mat uses, same thing, ceramic tip, column of water. And instead of pulling on a gauge, this pulls directly on a valve and opens and closes to match the water that's being removed from the soil by the plant and evaporation. So tension it's the language of the plant, and it's that's what you're seeing is exactly what the plant is seeing. And so volume is great, and I've been tracking volume a lot too lately. I've got a really nice pulse hub with like the 3-prong, they're Aclima sensors. So I got 3 beds running on those, and I've been here for 3 years now, paying a lot of attention to tension and volume. So there's a lot to be learned and extrapolated from all that data.
Understood. And soil tension really is going to be dependent on soil texture in some ways, right? So like some soil texture, we talk about clay versus loam, sandy soils. How does soil texture affect water retention?
So the smaller the particles, the tighter it's going to hold on to that water. So that's where you get, fine, like clay type soil is going to hold it really, really tightly. And so we'll see numbers up in, we measure in millibar with the blue mat meter, but you can also measure in centibar, which is just a decimal place different. But we see numbers change dramatically from soil type, what your target would be. So in like a potting soil mix, you could be shooting for, 100 mbar or 50 to 100 mbar. And in like a clay-based soil, you'd be up towards 300 before you'd want to irrigate. And so it is wildly different. But most folks doing the style growing we're doing are in some type of like engineered mix or potting soil mix, cocoa peat type of a base. And so those numbers are all pretty similar to each other. Those medias all kind of respond the same. There's a thing called the moisture release curve where you're combining tension then with volumetric readings, and that's what's going to give you like the real the thumbprint of your soil there, exactly what you're working with, where the sweet spot is, and that is something that Izzy, who I worked here with, really he kind of found that in his research and really opened the door to that whole world, which has been really shown us a lot about what target you want to be shooting for. It gives you a lot of insight.
This clip is brought to you by VivoSun. Use discount code MrGrow15 to save on any of their gardening products. Go to the full episode by clicking the outro card here, or click the link in the description section below. Catch you in the next video.